Good morning, party people. It is Sunday, February 27th. I am in the Portland, Oregon area. If you need some help, call or text. Registration deadline for this tour of the western part of the United States is tomorrow night, February 28th. If you need my help and you contact me before February 28th on my phone, midnight, I will be glad to stop by and do my best to help you with whatever you need done, have a meet and greet, things like that. After February 28th, I apologize, but we likely have too many people in the schedule to meet and help everybody and still make it back to Cincinnati in a timely manner. So, if you need my help, call or text before February 28th midnight. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's clips. Hey, this is Robert, and I'm letting you know that we are on the road, traveling around the west part of the USA, helping people along the way. If you need help in Oregon, California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Ohio, send me a message, call, or text so I can write your information down and get in touch with you when I reach your area. I have brought a lot of tools with me, and I'm gathering parts that I can use to help people along the way. Please check the links in the description area so you can see how my traveling expedition may help you while I'm traveling through your area. Look forward to meeting you for meet and greets or helping you complete some kind of repair, maintenance, or projects you're working on. Thanks for watching. Here we are, back at this 740. The red block people say pull the engine out. Quit jacking around with it in there trying to do stuff. So that's what we're about to do. Start unhooking stuff, flinging it over my shoulder. Alright, we got the quick jack system here. It has its own little hydraulic pump, I guess it is. You go up with the button. The car goes up just a little bit. It unlatches the locked in legs. Undo those on both sides. Make sure both sides went up to release the locks on them. Alright, so now we're going to lower this car a little bit. See which way it lowers. Yep, it's coming down. Alright, so it should just roll over that next stud, right? Alright. So we're going to let this car down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got that floor jack under there still. Whoa! Did you just go up?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, just roll that thing down. This should be fine just to roll down.
Where the transmission's supposed to be, so it wasn't
Well, it was on the back of that engine a little bit. So that thing should come down and just roll over the next stop. Alright, hold on right there. Now, does it have 3 stages? Down, there?
Yep.
Okay, so you go back up and it latches itself. Alright, so now it's relatched there.
Yep.
Alright, so let's check, make sure the other side is on its safety latch. Yep, it is.
Just gotta disconnect the hydraulics.
Now you disconnect the hydraulics. Just a quick disconnect. And do you put anything else under the vehicle, or you feel totally safe with this?
Totally safe with this.
Alrighty. We got our faith in who makes this thing?
Benpack.
Yep, that's the ones. They're the ones we're going to be suing if I hurt my foot. So we're going to start disconnecting stuff from here. We're going to start with battery cables, making sure nothing's connected over here to the engine. Unplugging stuff like this. We want to leave the wire harness on the car and unhook everything from the engine. So we need to drain the coolant next, right?
Yeah, we should do that.
Taking this air tube off, I took this clamp loose. I took that clamp loose. I'm going to take the clamp off the backside loose and make sure nothing else is hooked to it. Pull this air tube out. Took this tube off the idle air control valve. I'm going to unplug the mass airflow sensor, and I'm going to lift this air box up and out of here just to get it out of the way. See if there's anything that I need to do to get that out of the way. Just so we have room to maneuver stuff. So I'm going to unplug this here from the air box tube. The air box pulled up off the passenger side off of these two nipples. I pushed that off out of the way. Then I lifted the air box up, shifted toward the passenger side. It came out of these two things. Up and out of the way, I left that idle air hose connected to it. Next, I'm going to disconnect these couple of lines from the throttle body, vacuum lines, and move them out of the way. We're going to try to keep the integrity of the AC system. So I'm going to loosen this bolt and loosen the belt off the AC system. Take that belt off. Then I'm going to unmount the AC compressor and hopefully leave that in the car so we don't have to reservice it. Also, I'm going to disconnect the radiator hose. Leave those. They're already disconnected from the transmission, and it should be able to stay on the coolant reservoir over there. Next thing we're going to do is pull the transmission. We got a hydraulic line there, coolant hose here. Unplug the sensor. Take these two upper brackets off. We already drained the radiator, and it should just lift out of here. I'm going to disconnect this hose too. So disconnect all the hoses from it, the lines from it. Pull the thing up and out. Radiator is out. Next, we're going to start disconnecting electrical stuff. You want to leave the wire harness attached to the engine. So any part of the wire harness that is attached to the engine, you want to disconnect from the car. And that includes the ECU inside. So first thing I'm going to do is disconnect that ground right there from that mount bracket. And then I'm going to go around and find anything else that is attached to the car, and I'm going to disconnect it from the car. That's the dirt on the radiator, so that radiator needs to be back flushed. It's 30% blocked at least. Pulled the upper radiator hose. It was stuck, just about tore. It's kind of common for these red blocks to seep a little bit of coolant out of those things. I don't really worry about it that much. But I'm going to take this power steering pump and try to leave it with the vehicle. So I took that bolt loose. I'm going to loosen this up here. And then I'm going to take that bolt out, leave the bracket with the engine. And let the power steering stay with the car. That was a little easier than I thought on the power steering. I didn't have to take the bracket against the engine loose. I just took the bottom swivel bolt out. And then the power steering pump fell down there after I unhooked the belt from it. Top bolt there, the adjuster, swivel bolt down there, power steering's loose. Let me get over here and start chasing some wires. First thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. Negative first, then positive. Next, we're going to remove this panel right here. The ECU's behind there. Undo the ECUs and push that wire harness through the firewall. So you get a big Phillips there. Got a couple deals there. Turn them half a turn, whatever, with a screwdriver. Get this down out of the way so I can get at that ECU back. Pulled that panel off the bottom of the dash. Then I pulled this screw out of here so this could be loose from this piece of trim. Then I unhooked this piece of trim up here without breaking it. Then I'm going to work it out, down from under there. Feels like it's attached to something up here. Nope. There it is, out of the way. So now I'm going to undo this ECU here. It's got clips on it, looks like, maybe that T25. and take this harness. And I think he said this harness has got to go up through the firewall. So let me see how that's going to work. Because it's not clear right now. Had to pull some slack on this harness to get it undone. The bottom of it hooks back under there. But you got to tilt it far enough forward like this to get it to unplug. So I had to take the bottom of this dash loose. You got a 10mm bolt up there, one on the other side. So you can pull the bottom of this dash out of the way so you can get some maneuverability on this harness. Looks like we're going to have to take the glove box out to follow this wire harness. So I'm going to get the key, unlock the glove box door, open the door, take the glove box out, follow that wire harness out, see where it goes through the firewall. After you get the door open, you got 2 panels here, one on each side. Take those off. And you pull those 2 screws out. Looks like T25. Should be able to get this glove box out of here. Whole thing, door and all, part of the panel, comes out pretty easy. Now you can follow this wire harness up to where it goes to the firewall. Undo the zip tie here. And it's got a plug here. Got to undo it, looks like. Yeah. This plug here got to be unplugged as well. Get this big harness unplugged. You push in these 2 tabs here and pull that down, and then it'll swivel open and you unhook it from the back. 10mm here is at a 12 to get this fuel. We're going to leave the fuel rail on the engine, so we're going to disconnect this vacuum line there and that fuel pressure line there and move those away from the engine. A wire right there coming maybe off the crank sensor, getting unplugged. Then we got this wire harness. Oh, you had already unscrewed that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got this wire harness coming across here. So we're going to undo a couple of these zip ties and unplug this wire harness wherever it unplugs at. Hopefully it unplugs. Right around here, hopefully. Got this harness coming over here. We got to unhook it from these clamps. We got a little 8mm there. Unplug it there, find out where it plugs in over there. Then the one that comes over this side unplugs right here. Something back there is splashing. It's tripping me out. Got that engine out that red block, baby! Woo! Gotta meet somebody to get a couple of parts back at this red block. So I guess we call this intermission. Here it is, folks. Red block party happening out here. So it turned out on this 90 model Regina car that the harness plugs are here. I didn't have to mess with that stuff on the inside, so I'm gonna go in there and put that stuff back together. But you can see all of the leaky stuff that was going on in here. We're going to change that mount right there, and this car is going to have a fresh start for the young lady that's going to be driving it. This thing ought to last her 10-15 years, baby. Oil pan, they say take it off, remove the gasket material, put the new gasket on the pan, torque it to 8 foot-pounds. 8 times 12, that would be 96 inch-pounds. That oil pan out. When the oil pan and engine is in the car, it's hard to get the pickup to clear this side. It's jammed under there, and you really can't get that thing out. So really got to get the engine up or the subframe all the way down. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.